I feel like showing up in the physical and the digital world are two different things when it comes to confidence. And yes, they cross, but I wanted to really solo focus on physically what that means. The first thing that we're going to do is, let me first paint a picture and tell y'all what I did and tell y'all how I got there. So I went to this event and it was at the Howard Theater. If you're in DC, you know the Howard Theater is big and it's really, really pretty. And they always throw these really cool events. They throw a bunch of dance themed parties. So I've gone to their Disney theme party. That one went freaking crazy. When I say everybody was out, the girls, the gays, the blacks, everyone, it went crazy. And then I went to the Beyonce one. That one went crazy too. The girls, the gays, everyone outside, yes. And then I see, when I say I'm obsessed with that theater and the things they throw, I am. And then the last one I went to recently was the set R&B. I didn't realize this was the old R&B or like the older R&B. So I heard some of my R&B, but it was like, I would say 50% of songs I didn't know. But I still jammed to it because I love R&B. I be going hard for R&B. Anyways, I put up on TikTok, I posted a video of me and I literally said, I'm so proud of myself for going for an event and going solo when you're in a sea of people where everybody has somebody, and I felt so comfortable doing it. And it went viral. I didn't expect it to go viral. I literally posted at like 3 a.m. when I was coming back from the event. I was there from like 12 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I woke up the next day, literally was in a rush, didn't check my phone till like 2 p.m. the next day because it was daylight savings. And I had just gone for yoga and I came back and I was like, okay, let me open my app and see like who needs to be answered, because I usually just check to answer questions. And it had gone viral. When I opened it, it was like 101 comments. I was like, what are people commenting about? And it was a bunch of people saying, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. That's so cool. Like, give me the event details. Firstly, on TikTok, those event detail people, they be the most demanding, what you call people, entitled people. They be like, what's the event? They be wanting to know all the events that you're going for, which I love because part of my brand, I don't want to say my brand, but part of my community is people looking for high vibrational events. But I was not telling them about the events in particular. I was telling them about my experience, not the events, but whatever. We're digressing. Anyways, there were a bunch of people who were like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so proud of you. Most comments were all positive, but there were a lot of comments saying, I don't think I'm there yet. How do I get there? I really want to be there. And so I was like, why don't I compile a list of how to show up confidently when you're scared, or how to show up confident. And there are a lot of people who have been asking me how to do it in the digital space because I am a content creator, and there are a lot of people who have been asking me how to do it in the physical space, kind of like this event. So today is dedicated to the physical space. My first thing is showing up physically. It is as simple as the first step, picking a cute outfit. Wherever you want to go, if you're going by yourself especially, and you really want to feel confident, there is no time that I have ever not felt confident in a badass outfit, knowing I look badass in it. Like, it's not that what they say, you wear the outfit doesn't wear you. So you have to feel good, do your hair, do your makeup, whatever makes you feel like your most authentic self, you have to do it. And then you put your clothes on, you get your attitude in check, and then you go. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I knew I looked like a badass that night. I was channeling my inner badass. I was wearing my really cute black dress, my mini black dress, and I knew what vibe I was going for. I was going for the vibe that even if I went somewhere alone, I would feel hot and I would know I was the shit. And I put on my white boots, and those white boots go so good with everything. I love white boots. Oh my gosh, they like every outfit that you put them on, slay. So good. So anyways, I put it on and I was like, wherever I go tonight, I'm gonna be fine because I feel great, I look great, and that's it. So that was my big confidence boost. I knew that if I was going to be there, which I did end up there alone, my friend came with me for like 5 minutes and then he left, and I was like, I can be here because I look good and I feel good and I'm confident in how I look. If I had worn something else, I don't think I would have felt as confident, or if I had worn something that didn't make me feel as confident, I don't know if I'd have stayed there as long. I would probably be thinking, oh, people are looking at me, like people don't want to talk to me because of my outfit, or I just look kind of off, which we're all in our minds and nobody really cares about what you're wearing. You can wear the most beautiful outfit in the world, but if you don't feel confident in it, it's not doing anything for anybody at that point in time. So it is really important for me to be comfortable and confident in what I was putting on, because that means I can exude that from the inside out. And I hate to say it because we're in a materialistic world, but that just added something to it. My second one is putting things in perspective, because so many times we have the spotlight effects, and I'm a big psychology girly, so I'm a bring in my psychology words, but the spotlight effects where we think everybody's looking at you. But you know what's so silly? Everybody can't be looking at you, because if everybody thinks that everybody in this world thinks that everybody's looking at them, who are we looking at? Everybody's looking at themselves only. Imagine this. Imagine when you're in class and you would say a wrong answer, or you would do something embarrassing and you spend the whole day thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Like, everybody thinks I'm so stupid, or everybody hates me, or everybody saw what I did, so embarrassing. Firstly, when somebody does something embarrassing in class, or when somebody gives the wrong answer to a question, you don't even think about it. You're like, 1 second, oh, and then that's it. You keep on with your day. And so putting that into perspective, that when people see you do something embarrassing, or like when you get an answer wrong in class, it's 1 second of their day and they move on, and you spend the entire time dwelling on what nobody gives two freaking shits about. That put things in perspective for me. Like, I'm not caring about anything else but my shit, and I am a minute part of these people's days, and I don't care anyways. So that was really important for me to put things in perspective. Also, if you're going out at night, like for my particular thing, I was going out at night and I knew I was surrounded by drunk people. I don't drink anymore. At least I don't drink heavy liquors anymore. And if I'm by myself, I'm probably not going to drink. And I had a little drink that night. I added some wine. Love me some wine, yes. And yeah, I was like, I'm around drunk people who don't remember shit and are minding their own business. Like, when you're drunk, you don't even remember the person who you see. Oh my gosh, let me tell you what happened. I went to this event. It was at the same Howard Theater. Went to this event, and me and my friends were at the event. We're dancing. We get pulled into like different people's dance circles because we're just like vibing, moving through. I love being that friend group that just like vibes and moves through different people's friends, like group circles during events, because it's so cool. You meet so many different people. So we get to the circle, and everybody's vibing, we're dancing. This girl, so I start to do my own little dancey dance. She is such a hype girl. She's with her boyfriend. This girl literally grabs me and wants me to dance on her. So I dance with her. And the next day, she comes to my TikTok and she was like, oh my gosh, thanks for putting the girls on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember you from last night. She was like, bet, we're friends now. This girl grabbed me, literally had me start dancing on her. And she did not even remember me the next day. When I say people don't remember when they're drunk, like, they don't even see you. So that was a big thing for me knowing that I'm probably here with a bunch of drunk people who are safe, who are probably safe, but like, they're in their own realities and I'm in my own, and I don't even have to worry about them because they're kind of like tunnel vision and I'm doing my own thing and just happy. It really put so many things in perspective. The second thing was just like, imagine you're at a concert and you're with your friends and you see a baddie on her own vibing out. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, she's doing her thing. Like, yes, queen. I go up and hype her up. And putting that into perspective for you. So you're going out on your own and you see a baddie in the corner and she's doing her thing. Like, she's on her solo dates. I'd be like, yes, I'd be living for her. I'd be so freaking excited. So put yourself in that perspective. You're the person doing that. Like, there are people saying, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So instead of being like, oh, I'm a loser by being by myself, nobody says that. Nobody says that except for you. So always put things into perspective because it'll help 100%. Take it gradually, because sometimes it can be a little intimidating to go to events by yourself if you're not used to. So what I would do is I would start by going out to events with my friends and leaving the group for a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes at first. Then you go to 10 minutes, then 30 minutes, and then you can start by doing day events, because I feel like it's really easy for people to do day events because they're used to going to the grocery store alone, or maybe going to church alone, or going to a coffee shop in the middle of the day alone. and from those day events that people are used to doing on their own, then you can go into the more nighttime events that people don't really do on their own most of the time, but you can start by doing a cute little solo dinner date by yourself with that. And then maybe you can graduate to something like going to the bar alone. That's really nice. That's really cute. And from there, maybe you go to a concert alone. Who knows? I feel like concerts are great places to meet people because everybody just wants to make friends, and we're all listening to the same artist, so it goes crazy because I literally go crazy for my artist. So if I meet somebody else who feels the same way, we're best friends at that point. My next tip is for going straight in. When I say straight in, you can keep tethering on the end of the pool for a little bit, but in a while you're going to have to dive inside. I don't mean dive in head first. You can put your feet inside and then walk inside, but what I say is, what's the worst that can happen? So when it comes to so many different things, we're like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if it happens? No, not genuinely what if. Let it happen. Like I talk to my friends and they're like, what if this happens? What if that? Let it happen. They're like, I'm so scared that this happens or that happens, or maybe I have a presentation and I forget it. Let it happen. Literally entertain the possibility of letting it happen and don't have a backup plan. I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but like, we're so worried about things that we spend so much time worrying about it that why don't you just let it happen? If you're so worried about it at that point, let it happen. Let it be a possibility and be fine with it. What I say the theme of the months going forward is surrender. Just surrender to it. Whatever the hell wants to happen, surrender to it. It's going to happen anyways. So obviously, like, you're not going to forget what you're going to say. That's not what I mean. I mean, whatever wants to happen is going to happen. And so I've just learned to entertain that possibility. If there's a possibility that I'm so scared about, entertain it. Because there's nothing more than you worrying about something that's so irrelevant. I'd rather get all that worry war energy up into something else. So whenever somebody's like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. What if it happens? Like, what if it actually happens? Entertain that possibility so that you stop being so scared about something. The more you resist something, the more you have all these issues, the more you have all this worry energy because you're resisting so freaking hard. Stop resisting and just let it be. Just let it be. Everything's going to work out for your highest good. Everything's going to work out in divine timing as it's supposed to. Let it flow and let it be. Okay, I'm spitting. I'm taking my words right now. Okay, the last thing I would say is, so me talking about let it be, surrender, is to tell you to feel it out. Some people are like, my anxiety, I can't. And I 100% understand anxiety. We're not going to get into the anxiety portion. But if you're not suffering from like general anxiety depression or general anxiety disorder, or you're somebody who just gets anxious without the panic attacks, if you're somebody who just gets anxious in certain situations, I think it's worth taking the chance to feel it out. And when I say in that context of me going to the Howard Theater, I literally, when I got anxious, I just felt it out. So you just stay in that space and you just feel it out. How does this anxiety feel? How does my anxiousness feel? Where do I feel it in my body? Okay, I'm here, I'm grounded, it's okay, like, there's nothing wrong. Feel it out. What's the worst that can happen? Like, you know how we say everybody's looking at me? Feel it out. Just feel it. You know, and it kind of grounds you when you put yourself in that situation. You're panicking so much, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. Like, I'm feeling a little bit, not even scared, but I'm feeling a little bit anxious energy. Just feel it out. Feel it out. It's uncomfy. You are in a new situation, so it's going to be uncomfortable. Let it be. Because it will, like, no situation is permanent. It's never going to feel uncomfortable forever. Just feel it out. And eventually that wave, maybe it lasts for 5-10 minutes, that wave will pass. That wave's not going to last for 3 hours. You're going to get comfy at some point. So that's my big thing. Okay, I really hope this helps. I just wanted to give y'all something because sometimes there were points in time that I was not always confident to show up. And so this is how you show up afraid, because we are showing up afraid no matter what this year. We want some things in our life. We want to bring some things in, and we cannot be the same people. Like, if you want to bring something in, you have to make a change. You can't expect, I say this every time, but you can't expect the same result doing the exact same thing. So you got to bring in a different thing. And when you start bringing in different new things, it becomes uncomfy. So we just become comfy being uncomfy. It becomes regular for us to show up afraid, and that's a beautiful thing. What did I say at the beginning of this video? Courage and confidence cannot exist at the same time. So we will have courage or we will have confidence, and that's fine. Okay, I love y'all. I am so freaking proud of you, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. We are talking about showing up digitally, because I hear a bunch of y'all want to be content creators or put out all these things online, and you're just like, I don't know if I can, because of a bunch of stories I've been hearing. So I'm gonna debunk those stories for y'all, so y'all can get your shit together and get this bag and make yourself happy and put out what really sets your soul on fire. Okay, all right, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.